From politics to celebrity gossip, Twitter today is a go-to source for catching up on what you need to know, but its scope goes well beyond the news of the day, as we know, having helped play a role in shaping society. Now, the social media platform marking its 10th anniversary. Yep, happy birthday, Twitter, today. And joining us now from Ottawa to discuss is digital public affairs strategist Mark Blevis. Good to have you with us, Mark.
Good morning. Happy spring.
Happy spring and happy birthday, Twitter. I mean, this is a big day, and this is when we get to look back on a decade of Twitter. What for you was the defining moment that the world realized, hey, this Twitter thing, it's something?
I think it's something that largely went under the radar for most people, and that was when the U.S. State Department asked in 2009 during the Iranian elections that the Twitter delay a maintenance window that was scheduled so that there would be uninterrupted access to what was going on in the ground in Iran. So that predates Arab Spring, it predates so many things. It was kind of a defining year for Twitter, 2009, but that to me was one of the defining moments.
So let's talk about then some more of those defining moments when there were things that were happening online, when all of a sudden the world was taking notice. And one of those that you had mentioned was a plane crash that happened in Denver and then a tweet that came out as a result. Why was this such a significant moment for Twitter?
Well, it represents, I think, a shift in how media sourcing was realized at that moment, because suddenly people could publicly broadcast from an event. And now this has already happened in terms of live coverage of whatever was going on. People live tweeted conferences by this point. But this is the first time that if anyone had ever taken out their phone and tweeted after a plane crash, essentially in the scene, in the moment. And he continued to actually issue updates. But this was a moment when the media could suddenly interact with people who are in the heat of the moment.
And it's also a place where, as we know, everyone has come to congregate and have a shared experience. And no other situation proved that more than the Oscars a few years back when, as we remember, Ellen DeGeneres was hosting. Tell us what the significance was of that moment when she did this and asked the world to participate with her.
Well, you've heard of the second screen, I'm sure, which is when people watch television, they have another screen on the go. And we see this, of course, in real life as well, where real life ends up being the screen one and screen two is the phone, and people are tweeting live events. This is a great example of when people are part of a larger shared experience. People were watching this on live television. They were seeing the shot get set up. They were seeing the celebrities gather around for the shot. And people watch this show up on their screen and then on their phones, their second screen. So this was really a moment when people were live interacting, were part of something larger than themselves, could feel like the gap between themselves and the celebrities they admire had been closed up even more than usual. And to be part of something that was exploding in that moment, you really were there and part of the celebrity culture.
And quickly then, what is the future of Twitter? Some people saying perhaps because of a struggling revenue model. What is the future for Twitter?
Personally, I'm a huge fan of Twitter. It has an incredible role, and as we've seen in international diplomacy, government relations, politics and polling, humanitarian and crisis efforts in Haiti and elsewhere. I kind of feel like Twitter will always be there. It may not always look the same as it does now, but I think if there's any social media service, and there are many, and they've all played a certain role in one way or in another in shaping how the world is evolving, Twitter really is, what's a great word for it? It's really just, it's on the cutting edge for real-time communication, it's there. I can't imagine Facebook being able to fill quite the same role. It's a very different tool, and Twitter is our real-time internet connecting and communicating tool.
Happy birthday, Twitter, and great to have you here to talk to us about it. Mark Blevis live in Ottawa with us this morning. Great to have you.
Thank you very much. Happy birthday, Twitter.